So yeah, I mean, we're talking in the congressional ladies' bathroom. I'm there with Anna Paulina Luna, and people are upset about what's going on in the speaker's race. It had been a couple of days. We were not electing Kevin McCarthy. We hadn't received the concessions that we wanted, and my colleague from Georgia, the gentlewoman from Georgia, came up and started, being kind of nasty about it.
That was Congresswoman from Colorado, Lauren Boebert, speaking with former NRA spokeswoman Dana Loesch on her podcast, The Dana Show. Boebert gave a little bit of insight on the bathroom throwdown she had with Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene over the speakership vote. And I've got more for you, so let's listen.
When she started going after me, I looked at her and said, "Don't be ugly."
Because you guys were kind of like BFFs there for a while, weren't you? Or no? Is that just because the media was like, look, 2 women in Congress at the same time?
I think the media saw 2 women in Congress. There was nothing against her. We travel in the same circles, right. Have the same policy views on a lot of things, not everything, but on many things.
Right.
And but yeah, I looked at her, said, "I don't have time for this." I said, "Don't be ugly." And that's something that my granny used to say to me when I was being a brat.
It's like the most inoffensive thing you could say.
She'd say, "Don't be ugly." And
probably how I would have responded.
Yeah, Granny told me that a lot, though.
Yeah.
So you all might remember that phrase, "don't be ugly," from this tweet Lauren posted earlier this week. A couple days ago, she took to Twitter to tweet out, "Be kind, don't be ugly." So now we know that this tweet was directed at Marjorie Taylor Greene. Could this be a signal of a divide within the Republican Party? Well, if we want to figure that out, first we have to discuss what their argument was actually about. And thankfully for us, the Daily Beast did some investigative work to figure that out. So according to the Daily Beast, which cited multiple unnamed sources, Greene and Boebert were nearly in a screaming match in the women's bathroom during the House floor vote on January 3rd. The pair argued about Boebert's loyalty to McCarthy on the day of the first ballot to select the Speaker of the House. So before I get into more about the fight, I want to remind everybody who was on what team. So Marjorie Taylor Greene backed Kevin McCarthy's bid for speakership from the very start, and she voted for him in each round of voting. Lauren Boebert, on the other hand, opposed McCarthy and joined the so-called Never Kevin caucus. And instead, she voted for Jim Jordan, Byron Donalds, Kevin Hearn, until she eventually voted present in the final 2 rounds. So she never voted for Kevin McCarthy, but her present votes helped him eventually win the speakership. All right, back to the fight. One source said that Greene confronted Boebert as she was coming out of a bathroom stall. Greene accused Boebert of taking money from McCarthy for her re-election bid, but then not backing him in the House Speaker race, the source said. Another source backed this up, adding that Greene said to Boebert, "You were okay taking millions of dollars from McCarthy, but you refused to vote for him for Speaker, Lauren?" So Lauren Boebert barely won her re-election. She defeated the Democratic Party challenger Adam Frisch by only 546 votes after a recount. So according to Open Secrets, the district, which is Colorado's 3rd district, was the 7th most expensive House race in the United States, with Boebert raising over 7.6 million in campaign contributions, which apparently several million of which came from Kevin McCarthy, if you believe Greene's side of the story. So how did they ultimately end this fight? Well, the bathroom disagreement ended with Boebert running out of the bathroom, quote, "like a little schoolgirl," the first source told the Daily Beast, adding that Boebert told Greene before leaving the bathroom, "Don't be ugly," which is a little bit different than Lauren played it on the Dana Show. Cenk, what do you think about this?
Okay, I'm gonna abstain from discussing ugliness. So let's break this down. First off, they disagree with each other on the speaker vote. So what, right? But in politics, there's 2 things going on. One is everything's personal, right? So everybody takes umbrage and everybody's offended. I get attacked 1 billion times. If I was like them, I'd be like, oh my God, oh, somebody called me this, somebody called me that. Just calm down. Okay, you guys disagree, so what, right? And you barely disagree on anything. And so you're having to disagree on this. No, they gotta fight each other like crazy. So the first part of the equation is, the reason they do that is because once they get into Congress, everyone in the world tells them that they're super special and important, and they are to be revered. They are now part of the elites. She's a gentlewoman from Congress, the Congresswoman from Colorado. You are so important. So if anybody just criticizes you a little bit, oh, how dare you? Okay, and then they fight. Okay, the second part of it is they're right wingers. They're all grifters, right? So beware of Republicans bearing grifts. So the more they fight, the more attention they draw to each other. And honestly, the more they win, they'll raise more money. They're both raise more money because they're in this silly, somewhat manufactured fight. So who's right? Oh, the answer is neither one of them. They're both terrible. But there is one part that's important, guys. Look at what Marjorie Taylor Greene said. She said, Kevin got you millions of dollars and now you're not backing him. Look at the assumption of corruption. Marjorie Taylor Greene is mad at Lauren Boebert for not being corrupt enough. Remember, he funneled all these bribes to you, and then you're supposed to vote for him because he gave you those bribes. So score one for Boebert. Apparently, she wasn't as corrupt as Marjorie Taylor Greene wanted her to be. Lance?
I mean, normally I would use this as an opportunity to rip into Marjorie Taylor Greene, but I got to say, if I'm being honest, if I was in a bathroom stall and I saw Marjorie Taylor Greene starting to do like CrossFit on like one of the side walls or something like she does online, like I would probably run out of there too. So I don't know if I can even excuse, really blame Lauren Boebert for this one. This is awesome. It's QAnon versus QAnon. It's someone who thought Jewish space lasers caused the California wildfires versus someone who started a gun-themed Hooters-style restaurant that got closed down because it gave the town diarrhea. So which one of the two is more honorable or deserves less of our respect? It's hard to say.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.